Paul and Virginia. Now, Paul had been riding around the Madison Square Garden arena so many times in those 6-day bicycle races. He felt like taking a walk. And besides, he hadn't won a sprint. So when he was kicked out of the garden for cheating on laps, he turned straight to Virginia, who'd been kicked out of the Astor for the same thing, only she was only a manicure. So they got their two young heads together and said, let's start something new. Even if it's only a legend. So they went to Bear Mountain and started a nudist colony. Now midsummer wore on, the Paul and Virginia nudist colony was a great success. Outside the heavily walled enclosures, 6 state troopers, fully clothed, saw that no one entered without a doctor's certificate. Refreshments were served at the entrance gate: oysters, celery, and nuts. And a little hunchback named Chess went around selling dark glasses for all those who couldn't take it. Now a committee of hard-boiled nudes of both sexes greeted the arrivals with no enthusiasm and pointed out the delirious spots of interest. Now all paths leading to the inner sanctuary were lined with red tape, and there on an old moss-eaten log from Currier and Ives sat Paul and Virginia, completely exhausted by public health. Their exercises started at 10 a.m. with 3 climbing, while spectators sat around with microscopes and said, "Oh, isn't it wonderful?" One Sunday morning, Madam X dropped in for a little nudist breakfast of 2 soft-boiled eggs. She was president of the Birth Control League. As Paul and Virginia were going through their leafy adagio, she forgot herself and dropped her eggs, so Paul dropped Virginia. Midsummer wore on and Paul's novelty wore off. He felt he'd sunk too much native enthusiasm in a foreign movement. So on Labor Day, they both got dressed and said, "What the hell?" But forgetting that promise, in a great storm, they ripped off their tweeds, threw them to a nearby cop, and started running through the storm under a trooper's blanket with nowhere to go. But instinct is stronger than common sense, and they found themselves right back on the log, wet as it was, when suddenly Paul threw his arms around Virginia and said, "Virginia." But she turned away and was sad as sad could be. So Paul said, "Don't look now, Virginia, but I think I'm falling in love with you."